Let's get physical. It's Jordan here, back again, the 14th until the 18th, and yes, I'm still working on a new intro. I have not had the time to find an animator to make a 5-second thing that's not like $400 or something, so, have some patience there. Let's see what we've got this week. Tomb Raider 1 to 3 Remastered starring Lara Croft. This is the big one for me. I am really loving this triple pack. I bought it digitally on release for work purposes, but then this past week during my lunch break at work, I've been slowly going through them and I just love every moment of it. I love these games, and now it's coming physically in various editions. You may remember that Limited Run did a Super Collector's Edition kind of thing, but at retail, there is a Standard Edition as well as a Deluxe Edition, which is slightly different in Europe. Europe actually gets like a Greatest Hits CD, not just a soundtrack download. Maybe something to think about. And if you didn't know, Aspyr just announced the next 3 games in the series are going to be getting remasters like this next year in February. A physical has not been announced as of yet, but I think we can all agree it will get one, and I'm so excited for that too. I know it's a case of like diminishing returns and rushed deadlines, but I'm here for classic Tomb Raider all day long, and I'm also interested to see how they fixed Angel of Darkness, if they have. But anyways, this is a tangent. Back to this game. My executive producers Alex M, Thorn Metal Luna, and Lewis K have chosen this as their pick of the week. Alongside the Switch release, this is also releasing at retail on PlayStation 4 and PlayStation 5, and I think Limited Run had an Xbox version. And if you want to purchase this or any of the games in this episode, please consider using the links below in the description and the pinned comment. That massively helps support me and this series, and VGP are a really great company with favorable prices in Canadian bucks, plus they have free worldwide shipping on orders over $80 Canadian, which is only like $60 American dollars. Plus, if you do buy something with my link, then each week you will be put into a draw to have a chance of winning a $10 discount coupon. And this week's winner is James Q. Congratulations, James. You should get an email from VGP if you haven't already with your $10 discount coupon. Thank you so much for your support, and everyone. I really do appreciate all your support and all the comments from last week, all the likes and stuff. It really made me very, very happy because I was genuinely worried that last week's episode would be a flop. But no, it's been the biggest episode I've ever done. So thank you, everybody. What else have we got this week? Super Mario Party Jamboree is Nintendo's latest big game, the one they are hoping is going to be lining their pockets this Christmas time. It is the 3rd Super Mario Party game on the Switch, and I think the general opinion is that the series is getting better and better. It's come out of the slump that the Wii and the Wii U gave it, and I think Nintendo have been listening to feedback about what people actually want from the series. I've never played a Mario Party game in my life because I don't have friends, so I doubt I'll be picking this up, but I expect it's one for those who have friends or more than one child. And my executive producers, Precision Plague, God of Resin, Josh Foote, Brent McLean, Issa, and Instacritic have chosen this as their pick of the week. I think they just want to tell me they're popular people. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Mutants Unleashed is another Turtles game. It feels like I mention these bloody radioactive reptiles every video I make. This one is one I'm less confident about since it's by Outright Games, so it'll probably be fine, but not exactly something 40-year-old fans of the series will be rushing out to buy. I'm not a huge fan of the art style, if I'm being honest. Why are they so skinny, and why is one wearing nerd glasses? That's an instant sign it's gonna be shite. Apparently 2 people can play together, sadly not 4. As it's from Outright Games, it's also releasing on PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X, ZX Spectrum, you name it, it's there. Interestingly, in Europe, there is also a deluxe edition which comes with a steel book amongst other stuff. I have not seen that in the US. Please let me know if it's like a store exclusive somewhere that I haven't seen, because I know there are steelbook collectors out there who need it. Otoko Cross Naked Remix 2 is a Funbox special in partnership with East Asia Soft. Here you get more cock to gawk at. The two games included in this package are separated by the fact that one of them has the boys flaccid while the other one has them standing to attention, so you can judge them fairly. Nothing worse than being judged on only one of those, especially at the gym. It's not fair, I've just been working out, guys. This is only releasing in Europe because this physical has exclusive nudity, but VGP will be carrying copies of it for some of you people out there. Hot Wheels Monster Trucks Stunt Mayhem is releasing this week. I thought this would be another outright game special, but no, it's worse. It's Game Mill. Maybe I'm judging them on a few bad, broken releases from a year or so back, so if anyone has bought any of their recent games on the Switch, let me know. Are they still broken, or are they solid these days? Anyways, it's a monster trucking game for kids, and it's also releasing physically on every console ever: PS4, PS5, Xbox Series X, and the Atari Jaguar. Who knew? A little to the left, Extra Tidy Edition looks to be releasing in Europe this week. I think North America has to wait until next week for this one. This is a sorting game, perhaps the perfect game for those with OCD. Although if you've seen my gaming shelf or my office desk, this is not for me. Who cares about where things go? Stop sorting your crap and get things done. That's my perspective on life and work ethics. I'm a chaotic worker, guys, but I do get stuff done. Anyways, this is a quaint looking game that includes 60 extra levels in this version. That actually looks pretty good. Blazing Strike is releasing this week. This is a pretty random game from Axis. I appreciate they occasionally branch out from the visual novel Otomes, but a pixel fighting game, I did not see that coming. This contains 14 characters that look like they could be ripped from any King of Fighters or Tekken game. I mean, I've already spotted the leopard head dude, now it only needs an unlockable panda. I am not one to judge a game like this, but it certainly looks the part. I just wonder whether it will play the part. It's releasing physically on Switch, PlayStation 4 and PlayStation 5, and there is a standard and limited edition, which includes a full color art book, a set of character cards, and a double soundtrack CD. Looks pretty sweet. 9. R.I.P. is an Otome game. This is from Idea Factory. I should probably have a video on this at some time this week. I asked Katie Pajamas, my go-to expert in the genre, to do a review of it, and I can't say much more about it here since I haven't read what she's thought about it, but there's going to be a video later this week, maybe next week, depending on how it goes. It's just another Otome with a slight horror theme to it, perhaps not very scary, and my executive producers, Feig, and my brand new executive, Kevin W., they've chosen this as their pick of the week. Tintin, reporter, Cigars of the Pharaoh. I half committed to a Belgian accent just then. I didn't go full Belgian. Tintin is perhaps releasing physically this week on the Switch. Not certain though. It's Microids, they're a bit iffy with their release dates. This is an adventure game that's supposed to be pretty decent, but only if you're a huge fan of the franchise. It doesn't offer much for non-fans, or should I say non-fans. It's been out on PlayStation 5 and PS4 for a while already, and the reviews were, pretty middling, depending on your opinion on Tintin himself. I'm a little bit worried about the performance on the Switch, but my executive producers, Robotech and Cartoon Soren, have chosen this as their pick of the week. Arsene Lupin, Once a Thief, is another Microid special, taking another well-loved fictional hero, probably from France or Belgium, and then pumping out a game based upon them. This one kind of looks like a texture swap of one of their Poirot games, and if I'm being honest, I'm even less certain about this one releasing this week. North America, pretty sure it's a no-go, but Europe, maybe it's releasing this week. Microids usually do release in Europe first, then North America a few weeks later. This is also releasing physically on PlayStation 5 if you want that version. Eternights is currently a physical on PlayStation 4 and PS5 already, but now, this week, it is the Switch's turn. I heard this is a pretty good game. There was a lot of excitement about it when I told people in my just announced video series. It's a dating sim mixed with a dungeon crawling action game, so balance your needs between beating monsters and being beat off by, Maybe that's too much. Perhaps the surface level combat is simple, but quite unique to get something like this with this amount of production value. The visuals are a bit bleaker than I anticipated, but then again, sometimes dating is better with as little lighting as possible. They might not notice my comb over that way. Balatro, a quick mention to this, which is finally releasing physically in North America this week. It already released in Europe a couple of weeks back. A supposedly really excellent game that kept many people up all night long just for one more go. It's a very addictive game, and my executive producer Dane Wilkinson has chosen this as his pick of the week. And the same with the Stanley Parable, the Ultra Deluxe Edition. This also released in Europe a couple of weeks back, but now it's time for North America. However, the opposite can be said for RPG Maker With. This should be releasing in Europe this week after releasing in North America last week. Alright, let's jump into the low print limited releases. There's only one this week, but it is a big one. Yakuza Kiwami is limited run's big and only one this week. It's a huge one. Imagine a multi-billion-dollar company like Sega releasing one of their biggest and most successful franchises in the modern era and needing limited run to do it physically. It doesn't make that much sense. Although, maybe a little, because let's face it, this game has been out forever on other consoles, and it's been dirt cheap on other consoles. So when people walk into like GameStop or whatever, and they see it on PS4 for like $5 or something, and then next to it is the Switch version for $40, it's not gonna look good, and it's gonna confuse a lot of people. So I do understand why Limited Run are doing this. I just don't like it. I hate that the world works like this now. This is a remake of the first game in the series, and it's pretty awesome. I mean, I haven't played this one. I played a little bit of Yakuza 0, but from what I understand, the series is very consistent with quality, and it's a series that is often considered the natural successor to Shenmue, just with less sailors. They're doing a standard edition at Limited Run Games, as well as a limited edition on Switch, alongside PS4 and Xbox. This is the first time it's been on Xbox physically, but as I said, there's already a PS4 version, which I think they were just contractually obliged to do. And my executive producer, Ishin, has chosen this as his pick of the week. Alright, let's jump into the import section. Japan and Asia. There's only one thing happening this week, but if you want it, please remember to purchase from Play Asia. Yeah, links below for these are for Play Asia, and you can use the code Jordan24 to get 5% off. Recolit is the only one releasing in Japan this week, and nicely, it does have English. It's an import exclusive, and although I don't think many people are going to be like rushing out to buy this because it doesn't have any anime dudes with big swords or women with big bazookas, it just seems like a cute, cozy little game where you land in a town where it's always nighttime and you want to help out the locals solve this problem, even though they're not really bothered by it. But yeah, you're going to help them anyways, whether they like it or not. My executive producer, my man in Japan, he's chosen this as his pick of the week. Alright, let's jump into the community spotlight. Polaire TM sent in this photo picking up the Final Fantasy Collection, the Anniversary Edition. Very nice to see this get a proper retail release in the West. Although I think as a response, what with the Asian version going to be like falling out of popularity, Play Asia have dropped the Asian price to just $50 now, so that's pretty tempting. Some dude with a Japanese name, I can't read it, I'm sorry, sent in this photo, going from left to right in increasing JRPG-ness. I still love that Japanese Eastwood cover art more than the Western one. I think that looks great. Executive producer Ishin sent in this photo, picking up the limited edition of Gunvein. I do like that artwork. It's slightly retro in its approach. It's not fully modern anime style, which, I appreciate. Executive producer my man in Japan Vei sent in this photo, including Wizardry, which is currently an import exclusive. I actually missed this in my video last week. I knew it was coming out, but it just slipped me by. Anyways, it's definitely getting a European physical release at some point at retail, and probably limited run in North America. Peter C sent in this photo, showing off lots of visual novels. Man, it would be nice if Muv-Luv would get a reprint. I know it was pricey, but it includes one of the best visual novels ever made. Executive producer Offphone sent in this photo picking up a couple of big indie games from Limited Run, which I think are the kind of games that Limited Run should be sticking with. When it was about supporting indie games, making sure they had the money to keep the lights on, not pay for Sega's catering at their general annual meeting. Mickey McFlynn sent in this photo picking up the same two games alongside Buccaneer, which was discounted to like $17 or something at PlayAsia. I bought it myself because, you know, it's in my budget now, and it's an import exclusive with English. Executive producer Cartoon Soren sent in this photo showing off a bunch of PlayAsia exclusives, including the recently sent out Thunder Ray. Still, personally, I'm a big fan of Pato Box. Transient Image sent in this photo showing off 3 special editions of Switch Lights. I've been considering picking up one of these for my daughter, but she doesn't really like playing my Switch in handheld mode. She always wants the giant TV, so I'm not sure she'd appreciate it as much as like some other kids may. Executive producer Kevin W., my brand new executive, sent in this photo picking up some big boobs and big trains. That's one hell of a party. Now all it needs is a bubble machine and some nicely displayed Doritos. I don't know what I'm talking about. Illogical sent in this photo picking up the gorgeous looking Xuanyuan sword. Love that classic artwork. Citizen Sleeper, it looks awesome too. I just don't think I'd personally enjoy the gameplay for that one. J. Brent Hill sent in this photo picking up Rainbow Cotton, the Japanese edition. I just wonder if Strictly Limited Games will ever print their version. They have a huge backlog of games to get through, and I don't think this one sold well enough to prioritize. Pab sent in this photo with Guns and Spurs 2. If you need that Red Dead game, but from the flea market, well, this is the one that you'll not want. Tracy Y sent in this photo picking up the Japanese edition of Splatoon 3 with the expansion pass, which is on the cartridge, not a download, plus Iron Meat, which has sold out everywhere. It's a great game. Executive producer Instacritic sent in this photo picking up the Toho rhythm game, which makes me sweat just thinking about it. Executive producer Lewis K sent in this photo with Lollipop Chainsaw, which if you ordered from PlayAsia, you got a unique sticker with your order. That's a genius idea. They should do that more often with their mascot. Alright, let's have a roundup. Samuel R. Paul S. Justin W. Andrew R. Philip M. Robin H. The Enemy Parasite. Mumo Daniil. Needless Dragon. Kresalak. Luna Dragon. Wim P. Alright, that's everyone. Please send me your pictures on Twitter if you can. DM me at SoWhatAboutGame. If you can't do that, then you can send it to my email address, switchwatchspotlight@gmail.com, and of course the Discord. The server link should be below in the description if I remember to copy and paste it. It should be there. If it's not there, just comment saying it's not there and I'll put it there. Alright, I hope you all enjoyed this episode of Let's Get Physical. Special thanks as always to my executive producers, Dane Wilkinson, God of Resin, Boombox, Brent McLean, Alexander Cato, JCross7776, Punky Dooster, Cartoon Soren, Robotech, Raven Knight, Thorn Metal Luna, Issa, Vey, Offphone, Instacritic, Precision Plague, Alex M, Feig, Josh Foot, Ishin, Viz, Lewis K, and my brand new executive, Kevin W. Thank you so much for your support. If you want to join them, get your pick of the week, get priority in the community spotlights, and this little shout out at the end, consider joining my Patreon with the Let's Get Physical producer role. It's the last one. If you don't worry. Please purchase via my links in the description, and I do thank you ever so much for watching all the way through. If you watched all the way through, what an absolute legend you are. If you did watch all the way through, I need to know who you are. I need to know, okay? So please leave me a turtle emoji in the comments in honor of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles once again. Or you can, a ninja emoji if you want. I don't think there's a teenage emoji nor a mutant emoji, although that would be great. Either one of those, a teenage, a mutant, a ninja, or a turtle emoji. Then I know you're a true legend, okay? I hope you all have a fantastic day. I love you all. Thank you so much. Take care.